Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Achilles Financial, and today we're going to be talking about a super cool company by the way of ORGN Materials. They recently announced their Q3 earnings, and the stock is at a fairly depressed but attractive price. We're going to be walking through that, and they trade on the stock market under the ticker symbol ORGN. To talk about them, I've actually brought in a member from the community who actually reached out via Discord, an active member. His name is Matt. He is a private equity analyst, and we're going to be having him on to walk through that material. Everything that we're showcasing today is available on their website, which is showcased here. Under the investor section, we're going to be looking at their events and presentations, and today we're going to be walking through their company overview presentation for November 2022. So we are live in that presentation here. You can see that it was first posted on November 4th, 2022, and it is 77 slides long. So we are not going to be reviewing the full 77 slides here, but I've invited Matt to walk through a little bit of why we think this company is interesting and what brought it up. So Matt, feel free to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about why you like the company.
Hi everyone, Matt here. Two big things really stand out. First, they have about 9 billion in contracts already in place, and second, they're able to produce plastic materials for the same price with that fossil fuels are a fossil fuel process are able to produce, and they use a completely green process.
And Matt, this is something that when you talk about the idea of completely green, I think you highlighted one of the reasons why this is super attractive is while yes, the green industry has definitely been growing, oftentimes consumers can be pushed off due to the fact that generally speaking, green products are going to be more expensive than non-green products, and plastics in particular are something that make up a large percentage of everyone's day-to-day lives. So you definitely highlighted that cost advantaged component. Could you walk us through a little bit in terms of what that process looks like and how they use that material?
Yeah, so Origin turns wood pellets into different chemicals such as PET fiber, PET resin, and those chemicals get converted into plastics that make tires, the seats on cars, and also shoes.
And that's something that, once again, when we're talking about things that everyday people use, this is a massive industry, and they're just taking one of those key inputs and saying, hey, we're going to move this from basically carbon heavy items, and we're going to use trees and timber, something that is renewable. And you can also highlight that there is an incredibly large market. Now, something that I always highlight whenever we talk about TAM or total addressable market is that this is a made up number. However, it's important to note, and I think that these slides do a good job of showcasing everything that can be available. Now, these are additional items. However, these are the ones that they are actively targeting. So, Matt, you also highlighted a number of things that is super attractive for the company in terms of why we may want to look at or invest in them. And I'm scrolling through some of those partnerships right now in terms of some of the massive companies that they are already involved with. And if you're watching this video and want to take a deeper dive into that material, feel free to do so. But when you and I were chatting, you highlighted that there is incredibly attractive incentives for these companies, which is really what's launched the overall commercial approach to these companies and why people want to invest in them. So they're getting ready to build a new company in 2022, or rather in 2023, or I say a new company. They're looking to build a new facility. Could you walk through some of the different incentives that states are actively providing to get people to move here?
Yeah, sure thing, Zach. So as you can see on the slide, there's pending state and local incentives are estimated to be worth nearly 100 million or 100 million exactly. And the state of Louisiana has preliminary awarded Origin a bond cap allocation of 400 million. And as we saw with the acquisition STEM made of also energy, that interest rate could be in the 2 to 3% on that bond. So very attractive deal terms for Origin.
Yeah, those green bonds provide some crazy low interest rates, which really help companies like this to be able to grow. And this is talking or discussing construction for Origin 2, I would highlight that Origin 1 will be readily available and up and running in January of 2023, which, when this video goes live, that will be next week. So there's already some incredible incentives there, and just talking about the idea that we can go from one facility to two. And then they're also talking about developing 3 as well. So this is just showcasing one of those slides to talk about what's being built, when that's going to be up and running. And this is something that provides the companies to be able to be profitable quite a bit quicker. But you also highlighted that there's going to be a high probability that it is profitable. And some of the reasons you highlighted that is because we've got a number of individuals with some high caliber backgrounds that are going to be involved. However, you also pointed to a very strong growth story. So walk me through kind of one of the things that you were looking at in terms of determining what companies are interested or interesting, and how you essentially found this one, and why you like the profitability prospects there.
Yeah, so as we can see with the opening of Origin 1 in around 23 or Jan 1st, 23, revenues will start coming in. And then again, in terms of their EBITDA burn, we see -50. So again, they're not burning much cash, and they just raise cash, so no worries of dilution or anything along those lines. And then we can see in 25, when Origin 2 is open, a significant boost in revenues year over year from 24. And again, just fantastic EBITDA margins that they're projecting out. So the economics really check out in terms of profitability and revenue growth for a company like this that we're hoping to see high growth.
I like it. I'm a fan. So if we talk about the stock right now, we're trading about $4.50. And if we talk about how much the company has on their books, you can see that the entire expectation associated with being able to produce these products or get these companies up and running can be covered by that initial funding from the SPAC opportunity. So there is a ton of opportunity, and there is a lot of momentum behind this. And I think that if this is a stock that you're looking to be a little risky on, because again, they're not profitable at this point in time, but to dollar cost average in over the next few weeks, months, years, I think that we could see some large potential in the overall stock price and company valuation in the future. So Matt, thanks for bringing this to the attention of the group. Thanks for walking us through this today on the video and being an active member of the Discord, which, as a subtle and shameless plug, is free to join. So Matt, thanks for your time today, and we'll talk with you all here soon.
Sounds good. Been a pleasure. Thank you, Zach.